Earlier today, Donald Trump met with more than a dozen Republican establishment leaders. They discussed foreign policy, the Supreme Court, and the need to unify. The meeting comes just days after anti-Trump forces convened in D.C. to plot their strategy. With me now, Trump chairman, national co-chair, Dr. Sam Clovis is with me on the phone. Sam, thanks so much for the time. So how did the meeting go?
Well, I happened to be in Iowa, so I wasn't present at the meeting, but I can assure you that given the people that were involved, I'm sure it was very frank, it was very direct, and I would suggest that probably everybody came out of there with a lot better feeling about where we are.
Okay, a better feeling about where you are, because as I mentioned just a few days ago, people who don't want Trump to be the nominee also met, also had a similar strategy session.
Well, I really think, you know, again, I hate to use the phrase, but I think they're whistling past the graveyard. I think what they're really out there doing is it's a lot of wishful thinking. I mean, if you take a look at where we are on the path to the delegate count, we stand an excellent chance of getting to 1237 before the convention. If we get to 1237 before the convention, this is all moot, and everybody will have to figure out to come on board, and I think they will.
Okay, now, on a quick programming note, Sam, just sorry, we want to let our viewers know Representative Chris Collins will be with Charles Payne. That discussion comes their way in about an hour's time, so you want to stay tuned for that. But Trump did name foreign policy team members, Sam. I want to ask you about this. So for those who don't believe in him, for those who say, okay, he's really just an entertainer, will they be reassured by the list? And, of course, as people know, Jeff Sessions at the top of it.
I think so, and I think one of the things that you'll take a look at here is that these are not establishment people. These are hardworking people. These are people who have great reputations in the field. I've had the opportunity to interview every one of them. I've sat down and talked to every one of them. I've had the opportunity to see where they were with a lot of these issues. And one of the things I think that is distinctive, particularly in the military members, is these are men who have made hard decisions in combat. And they have a very clear picture and very real picture of where we are in the world. And their advice is very direct. And again, it's the nature of our campaign, direct and to the point and blunt. And I think this is exactly the kind of information we need. There's no...
So, Sam, not to cut you off, but the idea is Donald Trump never served in the military. And so you're saying by choosing people around him, he's showing his leadership skills, in that he's picking people who really do have qualifications.
Absolutely, and frankly, I count myself among them. I'm a 25-year veteran myself, so I've got a couple of years in the combat zone, so when it comes to sitting down and talking to people, I think we have a pretty good idea of what we're looking for, and I think we found some excellent people.
Okay, well, we take your word on that seriously, especially, as you say, with a quarter of a century of experience in the field.